We're going to stay with this theme for a moment. And Mr. Yaski, this to you. You've proposed investing 5% of pension funds in green technology firms. What kind of risk do you perceive that this might pose for pension fund money? And shouldn't you be seeking maximization of returns rather than picking issues?
Well, of course you want to seek returns that will ensure that you've got the money there to pay the retirement benefits that people are entitled to. I think there's a real consensus among academics and business leaders that the green technology sector is going to be a growth sector in the economy over the next 10 and 20 years, and in fact will grow at better rate of return than the economy as a whole. So environmental technology is one place where you can invest both and both get a very strong return and accomplish something in particular. And by the way, I think that we should be looking for investments. Once we're assuring ourselves that we've got the returns we need, we should be looking for investments that also help New York City. We should be looking, as the state has done, and the Green Investment Fund, is modeled on something that the state pension fund has done, and I think that it's already beginning to show some success. We want to develop a green technology sector here in New York City. That's where the jobs of the future are going to be. We can't rely just on Wall Street. We've done a lot with film and technology to create another sector there, but we have to also develop bioscience and green technology sectors, and I think pension investment can help to catalyze that.
Thank you. Mr. Liu?
I would use the full powers of audit in the Comptroller's office to ensure that our city is green, that the agencies are operating efficiently, and that true societal costs are attributed to for example, polluting habits. But I would not assign any particular sector in advance where pension funds should be invested. So I would not be able to say, I would not be comfortable to say that, 5% of our pension funds should be invested in the green technology, sector, because right now it would not be the prudent thing to do to say in advance where you're going to invest your pension funds.
Mr. Weppert?
Yeah, I think there is some room. I don't think I would set aside a particular percentage, but I certainly think investments in green technology is good and positive and something I would advocate without putting a particular percentage. Also, I would invest in companies that invest in New York City. I don't think there's an inconsistency. There are so many different choices of companies and analysis that can be done. So I think it's not inconsistent with the fiduciary obligation at the same time using the investment power to invest in companies that invest here.
Thank you. And finally to Ms. Katz.
It's certainly not inconsistent. I wouldn't put aside a percentage either, but I actually think investing in environmental is a very good investment for the city of New York. It does show that it creates jobs. We need to expand our job base in this city. The environmental issues all over the United States have tended to be proven to be very good investments. But I think putting a percentage aside probably would not be the smartest thing at this particular time. And when we get there in January of 2010, when I do an asset allocation study of the entire pension system, I'll be happy to give you a percentage then.
Thank you.